Hello, hello, hello. Put the music down a little. And you know what I just realized? Okay, cool. I just realized I hadn't tested my sound before I came on here. Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. Welcome to the open source stream. Today we are playing with Ansible. I am particularly fond of this project because it's a bit of a throwback to where I come from, Red Hat. Ansible was this project that was developed by people who left Red Hat to go found the Ansible company, and then Ansible bought the company and brought it back into Red Hat. It's basically an automation tool. Back when it was founded, it had the goals were just to make it automated and simplify the automation process. So a lot of infrastructure businesses, a lot of cloud platforms have followed this path in the sense that now it is very easy to provision several systems to automate your network to the DevOps days. If you've been to a DevOps days conference, you know that DevOps is all about automating everything. And back when Ansible first started, that was definitely not the case. Yeah, so feel free to ask me any questions. Every Monday, we do an open source stream. This is not a holiday. Every Monday, I explore an open source project and look at their getting started guide. And if we see something wrong, we will file an issue to correct it. Sometimes it's typos, sometimes it's clarity, sometimes it's question, sometimes it's nothing because everything is just beautiful. And that's where we are. I'm Rain Leander. I'm a developer advocate with Cockroach Labs. Actually, in March, I haven't updated my streams for this month, but I know this month I am actually going to be looking at Cockroach DB open source. The license is not open source for all of it, and I'll explain this then, but I'm excited. Today's Ansible. Let's focus, Leander. Okay. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. And if you are keen and like what you're seeing, have an open source project that you'd like us to explore, put it in there. We would love to hear about it for an upcoming show. Restream is mostly clear in the screen sharing today. I really need to stop complaining about Restream and just flip over to OBS, but we'll get there. We'll get there. One of the things that I wanted to point out about Ansible is, and this has happened only recently. It used to be that when you searched for Ansible, you didn't get Red Hat Ansible as the result. You went straight to the Ansible.com website was, and I think I'm dating myself a little bit, but it wasn't Red Hat branded. And so it was very easy to get in here and get started. It's a little bit more branded these days. If I go to learn, it's got a resource library, that's cool. It's actually kind of hard to get from here to the getting started docs. And so I specifically put in my resources links for today the Ansible documentation, which is docs.ansible.com. If this is your first time ever playing with Ansible, I strongly recommend, let me find it. There is a quick start video. I strongly recommend watching this quick start video. It's a little bit more marketing, but it does go all over the first few, the concept of automation, the concept of simplifying with playbooks and whatnot. Yeah, and it goes into detail here. Wait, this isn't the specific one that I was looking for. Just a second. Overview? No, I don't want product. Maybe it was this link. Nope, nope, that's not it either. Anyway, so we're in the docs. And if you scroll down, this is where I'm headed, is the community documentation. There is a lot of, Ansible has become a lot of different things within the Ansible umbrella. The platform documentation, the core, Galaxy and Lint, I don't even know about. This is new stuff for me as well, and collections, and then contributors. Wait, this I'm curious about. Community documentation, that was the other thing. It's a developer guide. Oh, that's awesome. Who should use this guide? This is not what I was going to explore today, but I want to see what it says. If you want to extend Ansible by using a custom module or plugin locally, creating a module or plugin, adding functionality to an existing module, or expanding test coverage, this guide is for you. We've included detailed information for developers on how to test and document modules, as well as prerequisites for getting your module or plugin accepted into the main Ansible repository. I didn't go into detail how this came about. So, first of all, I'm not with Red Hat anymore. I'm with Cockroach Labs. And the other month, it was actually a while ago, a Red Hat engineer came onto our forum and was like, hey, I've made a Cockroach plugin for Ansible, but I need help testing it. Please help. And I was like, I can do that. And then I completely dropped the ball, I will admit. But I did schedule this specific stream day because I wanted to remind myself to test that module, but also I wanted to refresh on Ansible because I played with Ansible in, I want to say 6 years ago. 5 or 6 years ago, we were building out the installation for O. And this is an OpenStack is a cloud infrastructure project. It's massive. There's a Red Hat branded sort of community version of Red Hat OpenStack called RDO Community. And within RDO Community, when I joined, there were, I want to say there were 3 different ways you could install O. I won't go into the other 2, but the third was using an Ansible playbook. And at the time, this is when I was just starting to do developer advocacy work. I was just starting to speak at tech conferences for the first time. And so one of the things I did was I would do a talk about the O installation guide and what could make it better. For example, going out and initially the O install guide was 7 pages of bash commands. And one of the things that we did is within Ansible, we took the first about 3 pages, which were kind of standardized the same for every installation, and made a playbook into it so that you could at least get through a few of those bash scripts without having to risk a typo, for example. I'm pretty sure that in the past, how long has it been since I helped with that? 4 years, 3 years. It's probably inclusive of even more aspects of that install. But that's how I got started with Ansible and actually with OpenStack as well, was within the RDO community. So I'm really happy to see this developer guide, and I am going to come back to this. I'm just going to copy this over to another page because what I wanted to look at today was the Ansible community documentation, um, which includes the Getting Started guide. Now, this gets very, like, it kind of divides it down into, um, you know, all of the documentation, just the installation, just getting started, et cetera, et cetera. I feel like this is where the video was, and then a quick text intro, Ansible concept. It's incredible, but it's and thorough, but I feel like in order to get started with this section, I have to really know what I'm exploring, what I want to do, and what my use case is. And I think this is new. I want to use a single playbook against multiple systems with different attributes. How do I use variables to handle the difference? I want to retrieve data about my systems. How do I access Ansible facts? And then there's an Ansible vault. What? Okay, I have to look this up. Learn something new every day. Ansible Vault encrypts variables and files so you can protect sensitive content such as passwords or keys rather than leaving it visible as plain text in playbooks or roles. Brilliant. To use Ansible Vault, you need one or more passwords to encrypt and decrypt content if you start one. That's so cool. Encryption with Ansible protects only data at rest. Once it's in use, then the author is responsible for avoiding secret disclosure. That's cool. Okay, I keep getting distracted. Okay, but my point is go to the installation guide. The Getting Started guide is really good if you have a use case in mind. I don't. I just want to get started with an installation or whatnot. Let's go. That's what I want. Okay, and as always, if you have any questions, put them in the comments, depending on what platform you're watching this on. It's going to be somewhere around here. Okay. Ansible is an agentless automation tool that you install on a control node. From the control node, Ansible manages machines and other devices remotely by default over the SSH protocol. To install Ansible for use on the command line, simply install the Ansible package on one machine, which could easily be a laptop. You do not need to install a database or run any daemons. Ansible can manage an entire fleet of remote machines from that one control node. So to give you an idea of what we used to do within OpenStack is you could install Ansible on, this is my laptop, by the way, on the laptop, and then run a playbook on this laptop to then either install O on 3 virtual systems or 3 other physical systems, as long as you had the IP address and whatnot. Yeah. Review the requirements for a control node. And before you, so the control node for Ansible is the system it's installed on. The managed nodes are the end devices that you want to automate. And they have different requirements. For my control node, yes, exactly. So one of the use cases that I think would be super keen one can hope, is to provision new systems within this network, my home network. It is completely over automating a home network, but it's also cool, and that's how you scale. As if I'm going to buy, going to have multiple home networks. But yeah, that's where we're going with this. Any machine with Python 3.8 or newer, I'm pretty sure we have that. Yes. And I know it's not exit, it's like quit or something like that. There it is. I'm always like, how do I leave again? Okay, so we have 3.9. It does install on Mac OS. I was doing a project the other day and I realized that I hadn't confirmed that the project that I was doing could be installed on Mac OS, and it could not. And that then much hackery. Aw, thank you. Good to see you, Alexander. As always, Windows is not supported for the control node. Oh, we've got a blog post. Let's. The TLDR is that there are a lot of Unix isms baked into most of Ansible. And if you want to use Ansible on a Windows, use Windows WSL. Is that Windows Linux? What is Linux? Windows subsystem for Linux. It's a feature of the Windows operating system that allows you to run a Linux. The more you know. Noted. That's cool. Okay. Soft dependency. Oh, is that it? There's no size requirements? There's no size requirements. Because this is managed nodes. So, and that's fine. And I think we can use pip install. Install with pip. What is the difference between the Ansible community package and the Ansible core? Oh, it's a minimalist. Okay, so probably like container stuff. Yeah, because you would put Ansible core, hey, Syed. People who just got here, we are playing with Ansible today. Would love to know if you have any experience with Ansible. Like it, hate it, love it. What are you talking about? So we're not doing Ansible core. We are definitely doing Ansible. Just Ansible. All right, let's do pip. I'm pretty sure I already have pip installed. Yes. Just making sure. Wait, what? Oh, I read Pedamico before. A little bit of dyslexia going on there. It's cool, it's cool, it's cool. Rude. It copied the $. Thank you. $. 4.3 meg, 38 meg. Okay. Let's see if everything works while we are doing a stream. The ultimate test of whether or not your laptop is bougie or not. Can it do installations while streaming? I feel like we should, turn on music at this point, Jeopardy music or something. I love seeing requirements already satisfied. And it looks like Ansible Core is installed as part of the Ansible installation, which makes sense. Ansible being the core, Ansible Core being the core of Ansible. It makes sense in my head, okay? Clearly, we should turn the music up. Dang, building the wheel takes it. I wish it would show, one of the things that I really appreciate is sometimes when there's a GUI and it's just like going along and being like, I'm installing. Sometimes within Linux, you can press the escape or something, and then it'll show you the logs as they go past. And to me, it's more satisfying to see the logs and where the actual install is hung or not hung. Still installing. Hey, successfully built Ansible and Ansible Core. Good. And I can tell already that it's going to be a good day. I shouldn't say anything like that during an installation. You know what? Never mind. I'll finish that sentence when we're done installing. And that is how everything crashes during a stream. Making positive comments before things are done. Just saying. Oh, we're done. Okay, so it installed. So when you do a pip install of Ansible, it actually also installs Ansible Core and resolve lib. What is resolve lib? A library that resolves. Oh, is it a Python thing? Look, Python came up. We might, by the way, get a cat during the... Hi. This is Fuji-san. Fuji-san has a shaved back because he had a bunch of mats when he was first adopted. He likes to come lay on my desk. And this is the first stream he's come to visit me. Hi, buddy. Python. 100%, Alexander. Although I want to say, what is your favorite language to develop on? Python is my jam, but I've been using a lot of JavaScript, Node, TypeScript. I used Jamstack last week. It was a lot of fun. Hey, buddy. Hi. Okay. So resolve lib looks like it's a Python library, which makes sense. A resolver class that includes dependency resolution logic to give it some things, a little information. Come to the JavaScript side. We have cookies. And Alexander is also a JavaScript. Is RS React script, or did you mean to put RN right now? I'm all about cookies. What kind of cookies? Chocolate chip? That's cool. I feel like I knew that, but I didn't know that. All right, so we installed. In order to use the Paramico connection, what is Paramico? Snickerdoodle cookies? All right, so Alexander, my new favorite programming language is JavaScript because of reasons. Can't help it. Because of that. I love my job. What is Paramico? Paramico. Paramico? This is not helpful. Did I just spell it wrong? Paramico. Not helpful. Oh, got it. I still don't know what this is. Not helpful. Oh, so it's connection method. Okay, so it sounds like we do want it then. Fine. Don't copy the connector, the prompt. I do want to make these available globally. Oh, damn. Yeah, I need the path to the get pip. I don't know where it went. I don't know where it was installed. Let's see if this works. Oh, now we're doing it. It's sudo. Got it. Okay. Cool. All right. We already did it in our physical. This is all installer. Still. Oh, you know what? It might have had Mac. Yeah, there we go. Oops. I don't think I have Mavericks. Just a sec. Let's see what's going on. Monterey. Excellent. I just realized that I am not full size, so you might not have been able to see. Okay, so it installed fine. Okay, so we did the installer. Let's look at the user guide. Oh my gosh, I love you so much. Oh my gosh. Red Hat is committed to replacing problematic language in our code, documentation, and web properties. We are beginning with these 4 terms: master, slave, blacklist, whitelist. We ask that you open an issue or pull request if you come upon a term that we have missed. For more details, see our CTO orchestrate's message. That's cool. Oh, and then this is the getting started guide that we were looking at before. Let's talk about our control nodes. That's the one that we just created by installing on our laptop. The managed nodes would be the systems that we want to install or manage. Inventory is the list of managed nodes. Collections includes playbooks, roles, modules, plugins. You can install and use your Ansible gallery. I want to say Ansible gallery is where the GitHub or the cockroach, maybe not, Ansible cockroach DB. So this is the collection on Ansible Galaxy. Okay. This is the module that the Red Hat and Andre wrote for us, which is one of the reasons I need to get back into Ansible so I can give him better feedback. And it was back in November 2021, so it is overdue. That can go away. But it's not actually in Ansible Galaxy official. Maybe I was supposed to put DB. Yes, I was supposed to put DB. Okay. Okay. This is just the generic. Oh, here we go. Okay. So this is more, so because it's treating the CockroachDB servers as the module, that is for dedicated, but run queries in a CockroachDB database, to me, you should be able to use that with either dedicated or serverless, because it even is using PsychoPG2 connector on the target machine, and PsychoPG2 is one of the ORMs that we use between Python and CockroachDB as well. I don't think I have. How do I install Ansible Galaxy? Jumpstart your automation with Galaxy. And it should already be in there. So let's just try running. Whoops. Wait, I just lost my, there we go. Ansible Galaxy should have already been installed when we installed Ansible. Let's see if it, Starting Galaxy collection install process, nothing to do. All requested collections are already installed. If you want to reinstall them, consider using Force. Apparently, CockroachDB was installed by default. Maybe I started troubleshooting this. Maybe. Interesting. Let me see if it needs an upgrade. Already installed, already upgraded. Usage example. So this would, I mean, this would be my certs, but I think what I would want to do besides checking my cert is to verify, for example, what databases are being used, what databases exist within the host, and which, well, no, you wouldn't tell it which ones to use from a query, from an automation standpoint. Maybe which tables are within each database as well. And then what else would I want to find out about a database from an automation standpoint? I think that would be it. Just seeing which databases existed and what tables were within the databases. Maybe whether or not the tables were empty. Yeah. Noted. Okay, cool. We kind of got lost a little bit, but that was your quick and dirty intro to Ansible. Let me know if you have any questions. What I would like to do is to ask Andre to come on the stream, and we'll do an Ansible Galaxy stream where we will actually flesh out a testing document for the CockroachDB module within Ansible Galaxy. Yeah. Noted. So docs.ansible.com. If you go to ansible.com, it is pretty branded. The actual GitHub for Ansible is here, github.com/ansible/Ansible. One of the things I noticed about this GitHub repo is one of the first things I do when I'm prepping a new show is to find the license. And if you just scroll down and you look for the license in here, it's not there. And I was like, did they change their licenses? But no, what they do is they have a bundled copy of the distro licenses here, which are 4 different mini short licenses. But if you scroll down to the bottom, the GNU is very clearly stated. So I was like, oh, thank goodness. Still open source. It is technically sponsored by Red Hat, but still open source. So that's cool. Let me put this. If you're keen, check out GitHub/Ansible/Ansible. Strongly recommend docs.ansible.com, and I would love to hear what you automate these days. Let's see. Tomorrow, my colleague Adrian Howard is back from vacation, and while we are all terribly jealous, I cannot wait to see what he codes tomorrow on Casual Coding Tuesday. On Wednesday and Thursday, I'm sure there's all kinds of stuff going on YouTube/CockroachDB there. But in the meantime, on Thursday morning, my colleague Raphael is streaming from EMEA, from the Amsterdam region, and we'll do a watch me work. And on Friday, I am going to play with roaches literally, not literally, figuratively. I will be playing with a game that is built on CockroachDB. If you have a game that you've built on CockroachDB, I would love to play with it. Let me know in the comments below or beside or above or wherever comments are in this video. And if you are watching this after it was live, I'm so sorry. We stream every Monday at 3 o'clock Eastern time. I would love to hear from you. Alexander, as always, awesome to see you. I would love to see what he codes too. And Saeed, welcome to the show for the first time. Adrian, good to see you. Welcome back to the grind. Super jealous of the cruise you just took. And on Friday, also Large Data Bank will be doing a Watch Me Work or something with Golang on Twitch. I will see you next Monday if I don't see you on Friday. Take care and let's dance it out.